Hey you, I saw you from the distance. Hey you, can we talk? Hey you, I think you're my subsistence. Hey you, or am I wrong? And now I lose my own. It's like my love is out of my mind. And you, I'm not more than a dream. So wait, can you even hold me? Hey, baby, you are not more than a dream.
ILTW played fantastic that game on the Ursa.
Yeah.
That game's a monster. So, despite Team Spirit winning the first game, I think they had a pretty big draft advantage overall. Like I felt like their game was easier to win. Like even though they were all over the place with the split pushing and everything, it still felt like Team Spirit should win that game in the end. But I felt like there were some incredible. So I'm gonna go with ESPADA in game 2. I think we're gonna get game 3.
Okay, I can dig it. I do have to also mention that there's probably an emotional, mental toll that it takes on a team when you play something like that and lose, but also play something like that and then are feeling like, I don't want to have to play against that again. And you look at the Nature's Prophet and the Pug, the first 2 banned by Team Spirit. They've had enough. They're tired of it. Should also mention that even if they finish off this game, Team Spirit, they won't be done for today. The winner of this series is still going to have to face off against Na'Vi and a spot in the upper bracket. And then whoever it is that does end up winning would have to face off against Windstrike in the upper bracket in the next round of things. So, a lot on the line.
I hear there's Tackies in the other CIS game, apparently.
What the heck?
That sounds hype. Maybe we'll get one here. That'd be cool. Apparently the word is gamey. So thanks chat. Appreciate it.
Gamey. That's the one for the lamb.
Yeah, the kind of like sweaty and gross.
Unbelievable.
Remaining.
Thanks, guys. I love Twitch chat, man. You can learn so much. I like confirming or like they're like a giant think tank. Just ask them a question. I get like 50 different answers.
I mean,
it's fabulous.
Not to hate too much on them, but I do think that think tanks are usually experts in a field. Whereas, like,
excuse you,
Twitch chat is kind of like.
That's why we ask them questions about like pizza and chicken wings
and lamb.
Experts,
lamb.
Thank you. Anyway, Necrophos into Wraith King Earthshaker. Shocking. So very similar looking game already, aside from the Necrophos, I suppose, as the Pugna and the Nature's Prophet were taken out.
10 seconds.
What happened to Dark Willow? Is that really that big of a nerf? The Brambles?
It's pretty harsh. She got a lot of nerfs. I feel like Earth Spirit's just as good as her. Well, that's not true. They do a different thing. Because Dark Willow actually has a lane presence, whereas Earth Spirit doesn't really. Maybe Nyx? I might consider Nyx a better hero now than Dark Willow. Has a somewhat close to lane presence. Can help bully a little bit, but still provides a lot of team fight and scouting and stuff. I don't know. There's not a lot of heroes that do the same thing Dark Willow does, so I guess it's hard to like instantly match someone up. Yeah. Maybe Elder Titan's a good I'll go with Elder Titan.
Okay. All right.
Elder Titan's super similar to Dark Willow overall. I could see Elder Titan being as good as Willow now.
Holy God, ESPADA. They let the Clinks through, and they're going to take it. By virtue of the fact that Team Spirit banned out all of the split-pushing heroes. But there's another one that's in there, the Skeleton Man.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, he's been first phase banned every game today, I think. So this will be our first time to get a chance at him.
What do you think about this guy? He's got a little bit of the nerf in the last one.
It wasn't too bad though. It was
Right.
not a major nerf, I don't think. And then he's just really strong laner. He has the flexibility to go in the mid lane, so
10
he is
seconds
stronger when you're
remaining.
picking second, I would say. And I guess he's strong in both cases because
5
depending on the 10th
seconds
pick of
remaining.
your opponent, maybe you have to send Clinks mid versus them. But I really like him when you're second pick so that you can have that ultimate flexibility of sending him mid and getting that precise off laner or safe
Dire
laner left
team
that you
back.
might want. However it works out, but
Not going to be the case in this one.
no.
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Keeper of the light.
Team Spirit are going to do it now. Are we prepared?
They're the ones who played it last game.
Don't worry. I know that. I promise. I'm sure my brain didn't
fact,
melt.
They played the same 3 heroes in the same order last game.
Oh my
I won't
God.
tell chat you forgot.
I have
10
the
seconds
headphones on my
remaining.
face instead of on my ears right now.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
5
Mhm.
seconds remaining.
That's what happened. It's, you know what it was?
Mm.
It's that before Team Spirit was up on the top side and
That'll
ESPADA
get you.
was down on the bottom side. I
Yeah.
got them switched up
That-
this time around.
That's the one. It's a great excuse.
Feels good. I actually like Coddle more against Clinks. Like, it would seem that, you know, squishy hero, you get blown up really quickly. But if you can get into, like, that Ags and a gem, he's not going to be able to find you that often. And Blinding Light, I feel like, really messes with him.
Yeah, he's not a guy that likes to buy. Like, he has to buy BKB in most games anyway, but you don't really have to pop it or want to have to pop it just to deal with Blinding Light.
Yeah.
And there's our Nyx Assassin up against the Coddle. Now, this time it was banned out earlier on, right? And they couldn't get it versus the Coddle. But being in lane versus Coddle's Nyx Assassin is the dream. I think it is probably
10
the best
seconds
hero
remaining.
to play as. Or I guess they could have picked Nyx
5
instead of Tree, right?
seconds
Nyx,
remaining.
oh no, Nyx was banned. Yeah, it was banned second phase, and then they instantly went into the Coddle. That's what it was. So missed out on the ban. This time they felt it more important to get rid of the Drow Ranger, which is understandable with the Necro Clinks opening.
Could be that heavy push. As it is, it feels like it's ESPADA trying to play pick-off oriented Dota, and then where do they go from there? Like, what is it that they need? Based upon the last game, it feels like more wave
Radiant
push.
team pick.
Enchantress.
Ooh. All right, Team
Okay.
Spirit they've had enough. It's time to run at them.
Now she was getting banned out in our VP matches, but was actually left in the pool earlier for our first game. So interesting, she comes out here, but good up against the Clinks. Decent
10
versus like a
seconds
Nyx in
remaining.
lane if necessary, but
Do you think Hestejo?
5 seconds
Or
think
remaining.
so,
are we
yeah.
looking at a Biver maybe?
nah, it'll be Hestejo and there'll be Skyder on the Wraith King again.
Okay. I guess
Yeah.
against the Clinks, it's kind of a... Again, he's going to have to just take a lot of right clicks and constant harassment. I always think of Clinks as like somewhat of a strong laner, but I guess you need more heroes around him to enable the strong right clicks coming from Searing Arrows.
Should be a position 5 here for them now.
What's good against...
It's actually a pretty good Skywrath game versus Ench, and there's no really great catch other than the Earthshaker. You can follow up with Nyx Assassin. Maybe they feel pressure to get someone who can set up for the Nyx though instead. It's probably I just like Sky because you can like Vendetta into stun into Skywrath ulti. And you're like a roaming support duo that can kill every hero, including Ench, which is nice. But
Dire team
Shadow
back.
Demon is still in. We'll go with the Venge. Okay, so that sets up for the Clink stun. Has a swap save versus the target Wraith King jumps on.
Yeah.
And it gives you Roche too with the minus armor.
I liked the idea of it last game, but it would have been for Team Spirit. And I guess that it's also like another one of those flexible type planers. If they wanted to, like you were talking about, run the
10
Clinks
seconds
mid, depending upon the matchup. I guess that they're going to have you have that
5
first
seconds
pick of the
remaining.
last round, though, so they're going to have to make a choice about it early. Seems more likely to be the 5. But I wouldn't hate the 1. What would be a reason to take it there if you had like another position 5 that you really wanted?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe it is the Maybe it is a core because they should have been picking the big core they wanted theoretically in that spot, right?
Yeah, because
they have to do they have to do the pick. So unless they really didn't want to get stuck with silencer, if they really thought it was going to be a Venge ban, I'm not sure. It's interesting, or maybe they just didn't know what they want yet for the core and they're still thinking because they only have 9 seconds of reserve time.
That's a possibility as well.
But yeah, it's very rare to leave the core for this final pick like this.
Is it a good brood game?
It's okay.
Radiant team ban.
We'll ban the storm.
If you're gonna take brood, you'd probably take it right now, anyways, on the ESPADA. Or I mean, the last phase, anyways, instead of the Venge. They still think that it's going to be a core coming out.
I think it's going to be a mid pick last.
10
I think that they were just running low on time and just picked a support.
Okay.
5 seconds
That would be my
remaining.
guess. I think they weren't quite sure what they wanted yet.
Radiant team pick.
They banned the brood. I think are they just going to pick Invoker for themselves? I kind of like it here. I think it's good with the Nyx Assassin. Gives them a lot of team fight, just general control.
Yeah.
Yep.
It seems like
10
it'd be pretty
seconds
cool.
remaining.
I mean, I guess the worry is that if there's another strong laner that you
5
can run into the
seconds
mid
remaining.
lane and sort of abuse him.
Dire
I think he looked pretty good last game, though.
Invoker.
Hey, I think he was good on the Invoker. I think he
Okay.
played pretty well.
All right. So what Team Spirit want to go for then? Is TA a good matchup against Quaswex Invoker? What's good against Quaswex Invoker?
I mean, Quaswex Invoker is just like, he can just survive most lanes.
Yeah.
He doesn't jungle that fast, which is the only thing, but he can
10
just survive, so it doesn't really matter all
seconds
too much. The Kunkka is
5
still in, right?
seconds
For 9?
remaining.
Yeah.
I mean, his Zeus is banned, so I don't know if he plays any other hero. Just so many Zeus games earlier. That was actually ridiculous.
Yeah, you got it every game.
Yep. They took care of the storm themselves. Lena is still in.
I feel like that's really
What are they
scary
lacking right
against
now?
Nyx.
Lena's pretty good. Even if you're against Nyx, you're against Necrophos too.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of heavy magic burst to actually take it down. Bloodseeker,
Choose your
okay.
hero.
Huh. Well,
A 9 Bloodseeker.
it seems pretty cool. What are we worried about in this draft from Team Spirit? How they actually take towers. Kind of something I was worried about from last game.
It's kind of funny they have the they can rupture a target, which stops the swap save, and they can also blinding light them for rupture damage. And you have a Enchantress who naturally builds Hurricane Pike too. So there's a ton of rupture synergy.
I like it.
Rupturing Necrophos is generally pretty solid because he likes to kind of run around the fight and be irritating.
Well,
Get him stuck inside the silence too.
game number 2, Team Spirit versus ESPADA. Do you have a preference now after seeing the draft? You'd said ESPADA
I am
before.
curious as to how Joe's lane is going to go, who his partner is going to be. I assume it's going to be Biver on the Earthshaker again, and we've seen this before where it's like Earthshaker Pugna or Earthshaker Enchantress, and it's just trying to fisher people into uncomfortable spots.
Right.
But and he's up against a core that won't have a Quelling Blade too. So like sometimes if you're trying to pressure a core with a Quelling Blade, it can be harder with the Earthshaker +1 because they'll just like cut the tree that you lock them next to. But Clinks will have to burn tangos if he has to escape from situations like that because he doesn't want skills invis. So that's pretty annoying. Eventual Spirit nerfs mean that she's not as irritating the lane with the constant Wave of Terror spam too. So yeah, I just kind of want to see how much Joe can get done in his lane. If he can get an early catapult push going on and maybe force down the tower and take away some of the farming space for Nyx.
Okay, I can dig it.
Speaking of which, They have switched Invoker players.
Nice.
ILTW Invoker.
Damn.
It's the way back.
Is that harsh? Is that like no? Listen here. Hand that over. I'm gonna need to take that Invoker here, sir.
Maybe he's doing Exort. There's no way, right?
I mean, theoretically, you could because you have the Vendetta setup.
Yeah, it could be good.
But I
with
mean,
the,
I still don't see how that would
too.
change who you want to play as.
Maybe Homie doesn't play it. LTW Invoker was what they won WESG with when he was playing on Team Russia with the rest of Virtus Pro.
Oh, really?
I think so. It's like his big hero. Maybe it's also has to do with the other hero that they're playing. Like Nyx is a
yeah, it could just because of the Clinks for sure. Like maybe he just likes playing Clinks.
Yeah. I feel like Clinks is kind of one of those heroes that you want to be like super comfortable.
See, now you
on.
say that, and yet Fly won a game at TI as Clinks, so I I don't know how true that can be.
That's true. God, that freaking game.
What was it, RTZ Phoenix?
Yeah. I can't believe that. And then it happened a little bit later with Kuro too, where he was playing whatever it was. There's no swap.
Legendary Clinks player. Fly Dota.
Maybe that's what the pause is about. They accidentally swapped and they didn't mean to.
There's a well, you can't swap. There's a confirmation. Oh well, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's a confirmation button now.
Yeah,
Still,
that's true.
even since TI.
That's good.
Take a knee, peasant.
Take a knee, peasant.
I love how all his lines are in all caps.
Yeah, it's pretty great. The Wraith Crew. Do you have any good lines that have been unlocked for you yet?
I just spam Witch Doctor. It's great. The wait for it is by far the best line, without a doubt.
When does it?
All
do you get
chatting,
that?
wait for it. He just goes. It's only like level 8 or whatever, and
Oh,
I have
okay.
it. Yeah, it's a piece of cake. But you can do it when someone's about to die to Maledict.
Nice.
You can do it right before your team takes a Roche.
Much blood.
There's a lot of great mind games you can do with it.
See, I like to
That's
do
10 out of 10.
I do Spectre because I'm an awful person.
Right, yeah.
And the one that you unlock at Silver Tier is I do not understand, but not said with a deep voice, but said with a Spectre voice. And so you
Igor
just like,
Invoker.
and so like they just come and gank you with like 3 people, and then dispersion kills them all, and then you go, I do not understand. It's pretty great.
Well, sadly, with the nerfs to Spectre, I don't know if we're going to get another one after the earlier game.
I know. I feel
But that's
sad.
okay. I'm pretty done with Spectre, not going to lie.
What the hell?
She's
Spectre's
supposed
great.
to be a tougher hero. I don't know.
Spectre's amazing.
She became a little bit too easy mode, I feel like.
That's fair. You know the hero I'm waiting for to get good is Timbersaw.
Someday.
Big fan.
Someday
of
all
Timbersaw.
those Dota Plus levels will pay off.
I know. I've got so many relics. I never get them.
Well, Nyx will be down here scouting a little bit. Already has the Searing Arrows. They have a ward down. Hasn't quite spotted him, but he knows that this is the danger zone. Thank you for that rendition.
30
It's
seconds
beautiful.
to battle.
I'm a very good singer.
Looks like we're just going 2 for 2.
I dropped down 1. And yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to trade off pretty easily there. Blink's feeling pretty good about himself. Already has the Searing Arrows leveled up. And Merchant ready to stun anybody who happens to walk towards his bounty room. This guy's getting it.
The battle begins.
The trade-off
Nice.
and the walk away. So
What is this Nyx assassin doing here? He's got the triple mango, and he'll be up here with BZZ. And it will be the Shaker and the Enchantress, but they'll be in the safe lane, and the Coddle and the Wraith will be behind to the off. You definitely want that versus the lane you'd like to pressure the most. So I think this is the matchup that they want for Team Spirit. We'll see if there's any swaps that come out.
probably a little bit later on once that level 6 is there.
Nyx Assassin and Necropose. Now, I'm not sure how much pressure they can really... No, sorry. Yeah, I got you. I got you. My brain just replayed that sentence in my head, so I was only half listening to you. Now you got the full listen.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah. But not the easiest hero to pressure just because Ench is fast. A little bit slower than she used to be, but even with like 2 heroes essentially pressuring by themselves, she's still trading very evenly with the Necropose.
Oh, this could be first blood! As to Joe just does it! How do you do that to him?
So greedy. Fairy Fire Dota.
Load it. That one hurts. Well, first blood going the way of Team Spirit. Is the tilt there? That's the question. What's the answer?
Well, definitely wasn't the best way to start your lane, but that'll be the second heal out from Hesta Joe, so that's his entire mana pool. Might have to borrow a Clarity there, but it's going to be pretty hard to keep that one rocking without just being knocked off here by one of these Radiant heroes, but she's full HP for now, has 4 tangos left. Don't think it's a major concern at the moment.
The other big thing to keep in mind is all of these very low HP heroes, even that extra little bit of damage to 9 on the Bloodseeker. Oh.
Yeah, you always want spam lanes with a Bloodseeker. In the past was always like Skywrath Mage, just constantly spamming everyone out, but Coddle's great for it. Yeah.
Look at Nick.
And of course, they can see him with the Thirst too, so that makes it really good for Coddle.
All right, hit him again.
Gets him right back in.
Another Fairy
Jeez, that's
Fire.
a Fairy Fire. That hurts.
I mean, if he gets hit one more time, he's like donezo. Gives him the other punches. Thought about another one there. Up top, it's not quite as bad. They're still trading a lot of hits, and this is giving a decent chunk of damage over to 9, who is...
Yeah, you asked...
7.
Yeah, who beats Invoker mid, and Bloodseeker with a Quelling Blade. Very big... I mean, Invokers always had to build double null despite not buying Veil or anything, and you know they have a hard time mid sometimes.
All right.
But the added damage from all these low heroes, as well as his DD, is just brutal now.
The Nyx Clinks just got his salve broken and is having to go back up by virtue of clarities. This is, God, this Coddle lane, so hard to deal with.
Yeah, and once you're into the second point of Chakra, it's just constant, because you can just Mana Restore yourself, Illuminate. Mana Restore, Illuminate. So every time that you have Chakra, it's just another nuke coming out.
Yeah. And 19-8 versus the 11-1. FNG charging up his blast, hits Nyx full in the face, able to get the deny. Well, Team Spirit starting off strong in this one, still getting some more of that harassment out there onto him. And it feels like Bloodseeker is probably just going to keep dominating this lane if he continues like this.
Already thinking about the Blade Mail this game versus Invoker and Necrophos. And the Clinks too, just we can't to go to him. The Snore. He's not digging his lane there. Well, I actually got that. I thought the deny was going to be there for my LTW, but wasn't quite there in time.
More denies. Ugh. Yeah, that one hurts. They're just going to keep these heroes down. Pretty low HP. We'll keep on going with the tangos. A nice pickup here with the raindrops. I think that's what you need to do. Just to try and get that lane to a little bit of an easier spot for the Invoker. But speaking of the Invoker, there is an Earthshaker nearby. Goes with the Fissure, able to find the punch, and the chase down could come in a second, although TP canceled, they're going to be able to back away.
First.
Yeah, still gives him an edge though with that damage being on him. Yeah, LTW still doesn't have the damage to secure last hits without tagging them before the tower. Yeah, they even scan just to see if Shaker's still there.
Misha gonna drop. FNG finds the kill. This is gonna also secure himself some bounty runes. 3 bounty runes.
I hate it when skeletons get dumb like this.
When they get dumb?
Yeah, so like, until that little creep dies, they just stand still instead of going to attack something. It's really weird. Until like Nyx like aggroed one and then killed it, and the other one just did nothing. But ahoy hoy, BZZ will go down.
Kind of feels like maybe that last game affected him a little bit. 3-0, a 2,000 gold lead already here for Team Spirit.
Healing power.
I think they just have really bad lanes in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Necrophos is winning in terms of CS, but I don't think they can ever really kill Ench. It's so hard for the Nyx Assassin to do anything to Enchantress without any sort of a setup stun in lane.
Stun, actually.
Spider's gonna take a lot of damage, though.
And he's living. Can head back over to the shrine now. Cod will be more than happy to hang on to this lane in the meantime.
Oh, Fisher mid just misses.
DP out. Stun. No. Can't get into range.
Radiant's middle tower.
In the
is
meantime,
under attack.
FNG forced to run away, hide in trees.
Radiant
They do spot him out there. Stick charges as well. Eventually, Nyx runs into him, punches.
Radiant's middle
Going further
tower
into
is
the
under
trees.
attack.
Oh!
And...
Oh.
Got him.
So close.
Yeah.
There's a massive creep camp up top here. Got creep camp or creeps in there. We need some AoE. BZ's gonna try and clean it up here as Hesajo contests. I'm sure Hesajo was tempted to just take one of these Wild Wings or maybe even that Satyr, just try and blast it all.
Oh. Otto was here.
Oh, what a time to get
They
6.
threw it. Misha, in the meantime, gonna die. Get her. And BZZ is gonna drop. Okay. Game is very, very hard.
He died like in here by the small camp from the Wraith King too, so these guys are chasing him down. DD Rune bottom. Don't think it was Scarlet. LTW is making a long rotation bottom with the Wex, giving a bit of a speed boost, but they're gonna start the harassment a little bit early, and they'll find Biver.
Cold snap and stun comes through. Can't even get really a fissure off here. He will throw one, but eventually gonna get found and killed. And the story of this game so far feels like it is just 9 really dominant. Level 8, he's got 54 CS at 7.5 minutes roughly.
That 3-man Carapace up top. Is it gonna be enough to save the Nyx Assassin though? Nope.
Tornado shows up with the Invoker in tow, and Skitter
Where are you going?
tries to throw it, but he is also in trouble right now. Ghostwalk comes out in time. Charge up the Illuminate, but not enough to get the kill. That is Tranquil's done for him. All mid. 9 forces out the TP away after the Rupture is used.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
More a little wave of terror there before he heads away. Burning through raindrops.
So in terms of the Team Spirit game, I think they can play it a little kind of like slow pace. Like they can kind of keep this 2-1-2 going on, and then as they start actually getting pressure, like if at any point it looks like the wave's going to go under the tower, 9 can just start running there. And if they see any sort of opportunities with Thirst, like top lane now, they're going to catch this Nyx Assassin with a full blast before he could Carapace to the stun. Force that. Oh, it should be enough to save his life.
Yeah.
But that's still 70% of his HP for essentially nothing spent from the dire side.
A little bit of time.
Bottom
Even that
lane,
sort
they
of
catch
questionable.
Biver.
He's got the heal coming from Enchantress. And is going
Some
to be able to
mango
force
on this
back the
bench.
Blinks almost, but they do have that cold snap.
Radiant's middle tower
Fissure
is under
connecting. Turning now onto Misha. The secondary stun. They miss on the Tornado, and there's going to be the Rupture onto ILTW. He's dead. Now Misha also in trouble. Team Spirit starting to swarm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, those Radiant Heroes were so low. And he just instantly comes down, destroys. Oh, and he TP back home too. Okay. Wanted to get his sword and regen up a little bit, but very good rotation from the Bloodseeker. It's going to get him about 400 gold and a little bit of experience added on there too.
Dire's top tower is
And
under
yeah, not too
attack.
sure about the ILTW Invoker after that one.
Yeah, it hurt.
Oh, with Tornado. He split the D on that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hits onto that one. Cold snap with the EMP coming through, and 9 finally going to be punished.
Alright, he's back.
Nyx. Oh, almost caught there, but not quite in range. And Immersion going to show up instead. They find the kill. Estudio needs to back out.
Dire's top
Couple
tower
of
Enough stun
misplays.
for the Ench, but oh, the Invis, can he deny it? They just both do. Fair enough.
Yes.
Give him the head shake. Sort of similar to what we saw last game. Feeling very back and forth. I like the Team
Dire's
Spirit
top
wards.
tower
Just
is
giving
under
some good
attack.
vision over here in the jungle. One over by the mid lane as well. Seems like they know that there's going to be some pretty frequent walk back and forth between these two lanes and chances to intercept, find a pick off, maybe even if somebody's heading over towards the shrine.
I'd say immersion is very important right now for this game. I think he's the one who needs to start setting up these plays with the Clinks, try and work in tandem using Vendetta. See if they can get a couple kills going. They're under a ward right now, so yeah, that Vendetta was just spotted. They were paying attention, so they're going to know that Nyx is somewhere in this area, more than likely looking for a kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But and also might have just looked like to them that he walked out of the sentry vision or the shrine ward vision kind of deal. So
could be it too.
They're gonna smoke top away from the Nyx though, so it looks like they probably knew.
BZZ, the one who's gonna be found, heads off to the side there. The rupture comes out, is on the wrong side, but the blinding light pushes it back in, and it's gonna be a kill on the Viver. Trying to build towards the Blink Dagger. Still pretty long ways away though.
No one in the bottom lane at all. Wraith King is just trying to play close to that shrine because of the Vendetta. In case he actually got gone on, he would have been able to just skill his ulti and have TP support come through if it looks good. Two-man tornado from LTW, but he's running towards the Wraith King. Hello!
They find him. Silence to follow it up. Skeletons are there. Skitter
take the kill.
Finds the kill.
I accept surrender.
202. 10 kills so far on the side of Team Spirit.
10-4, good buddy.
Yeah, this is looking a lot better than it did last game for him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're just not finding anything with immersion either. Like, since he's had Vendetta, you get the one kill on the Coddle, but it's not really enough. Maybe this will be it, as they start initiating on Hesta Joe, but he already got off the Nature's Attendance, so no real good chance here. And oh, I can't get the damage! God, it's frustrating.
Got to be the most annoying thing ever.
Oh, and he misses the Carapace on that Coddle. Woo! Immersion, heaven up over here.
Jesus. Well, they come in with a lot of heroes, seeing if they can find one. The blind lane pushback. Don't turn, able to find him. Now the follow-up fissure in a second. If he can dodge away from the Reaper Scythe, he does at least for now. Still living.
Dude, he's on the run.
He's got another fissure up in 7 seconds if he can wait that long. But it looks like it's spotted. Just going to get out with that Necro after losing the Nyx. Oh, Trent. This is a rough one.
Feels like they're trying to do too much with too little. Like, they need to choose either Invoker or Clinks to be farming away in those situations. I don't think you can try with like a 2 or a 3-man gank. I feel like Clinks needs to be there with these Vendettas to make it work.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bloodseeker all the way up to level 11. There is the next movement from Immersion, but not looking like they're going to find anybody as of yet, unless somebody from Team Spirit stick around this area. And, well, there is a ward. They spotted him. He's going to be able to take down this other sentry. Now, Nyx knows he's got to hide, although the fissure is already there. Immersion dusted. Looking like he's going to be able to get the walk away.
Sutherx guide my arrows.
Going Blade Mail on Bloodseeker? Alright, yeah, he has it. Bloodmaker, or Blade Mail, and then the Yules.
Immersion has no Vendetta and is spotted out here. Good luck, buddy.
Give him the tip afterwards.
Yeah.
Claim your blood.
So Trent, last game felt like it was a foregone conclusion that ESPADA was just going to lose at some point in time. Granted, they did make it close. Do you feel the same way about this game? Do you think it's different?
No. This one's way different. Last game they got like far behind and then stuck into a split pushing lab, although this doesn't bode well for them. And just live there. I was just going to talk through that depth because it was like so certain. Enchantress is a hell of a drug. And ILTW won't even get to his bounty room as it's stolen away from him. So they'll get 3 for 4 on the bounties. Alright, Immersion is nearby. They have 9, but he's under the tower, and it seems that that'll be enough. Especially the Blade Mail, too. Like, this is a hard kill in general. Because if they go for the Vendetta damage, he's going to get the Blade Mail off in time, which means he'll just kill Clinks. Actually, Clinks has more HP, so there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a
Fissure hits. Alright, give him the slam. Oh no. Thanks, Gabe.
Oh, you're listening to the Gabe Newell announcer pack, huh?
I can't help myself. It's too good. Oh, Naj.
I don't have that one equipped right now. I get yelled at if I have the wrong announcer pack.
That's true. You're not allowed to, production-wise.
I don't like it. I also am not allowed to have a custom cursor pack.
Yeah, I know. Harsh. I can't even imagine the normal cursor anymore. I just love the TI-5, I think it is, the little golden leaf. I have just used it ever since it came out. It is my cursor.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Really nifty.
Although the Necropho's hand, that one's pretty funny too.
Okay. Big
All right,
plays
Emerge,
coming
what do you
in.
got? Carapace on this?
Fissure, it's still there. But
Oh god, there's more. Emerge is like, alright, you're dead, dude. There's a Wraith King. I hastened Wraith King too. Come on.
it's like everything they try and do, every move that they make is just already being like countered out and ready for them. Gotta feel terrible. Now they have the catch on the BZZ. The silence is gonna come out of there. They find the fissure. They find the kill.
I see your liver.
I don't even know. I mean, but this is how we felt about last game too.
Look at this Earthshaker. He just runs in.
Because he knows that there's
no
nothing they
fear.
can do to him. One more punch. 9 is dominating. They're bringing everybody in. Tier 1 tower is going to go down. It's a 5,000 gold lead at 17 minutes in.
They're really good at playing with this Coddle. Like, the way they're using it early on to just 5-man, like, they find a 3-man gank down bottom and then instantly bring those heroes to the mid to secure that tower. And they're just pressuring every time they get a single pick off onto these ESPADA heroes. And instantly dusted, they're going to find him. Saves for the post-Carapace. Oh,
good
might have
catch
goofed
there.
on that one.
Chase,
Nice.
chase. Done. Get the Yule Scepter done on this Bloodseeker. Ways to cancel TP. Ways to kill somebody. Got it all.
Don't worry, ILTW got the top tower, though.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Clinks and Invoker are still pretty farmed, but it's only a 4K lead considering they're up 14 kills. You might think it would be more at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to back out, realizing that creep wave is not safe anymore.
Invisibility.
I don't know how a good fight really looks for ESPADA would be my problem. It feels like they are extremely dependent on pickoffs to occur from the Nyx Assassin so that they can then have a numbers advantage moving into a tower and then force bad plays out of Team Spirit that then the Invoker can capitalize on. Like, there's no AoE control on the side of ESPADA that they can capitalize on bad positioning, so they need to force like bad defenses from Spirit. As right now, Viv is just like solo slowing down this Necropho's.
I mean, and the other thing too about it is like, I don't know. It feels like it's sort of a strategy that is, if you know that that's the main way that they're going to take the fights, you can just play around it so easily. Like, it's, I don't know, it's very tough. The game feels incredibly hard right now. Of course.
ILTW's at the point where at least he can assist with that now too, right? Like, now the Invoker and Clink should be able to solo most heroes from Team Spirit, and same thing with the Nyx Assassin and the Clinks, and then if you can get a couple Scythes mixed in there too, that can create that numbers advantage for a extremely long period of time because of the respawn timers.
Yeah. Looking for
you just kind of work off as like a snowball advantage and just like a slinky, you know, step by step.
Slinky. Yeah, take a step. Oh. Earthshaker almost has a blink dagger.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. That is very huge on the counter initiation. And the team fight's already relatively weak from the side of ESPADA until Invoker becomes the Invoker hero.
Do we see maybe Team Spirit try and go for an early Roche as well? Just to even get it off cooldown so that we can try and go high ground for the second one?
Yeah, that could be something to watch for, and they'll finally get their kill, though. This is that combo that we needed. He spotted the Earthshaker earlier, and now they're going to try and take advantage of this and push in. They will get a Carapace, but it's still a hard kill, even with the Scythe here. Strikes back in 1 second. Are they really just going to abandon? They know the reinforcements are coming through.
The blinding light, keeping him alive for the moment. Skidder, you think that strength is going to keep you alive? It's me that does. He's coming back in a second. They take down the Clinks. BZZ also in trouble. They do get to disarm onto several, but the big Illuminate Blast comes forward. BZZ eventually drops to 9. And the chase forward for more. You kill the Earthshaker, but you pay the price. 4 dead.
That was so hopeless. It's just like they couldn't focus the Enchantress because she still had Force Staff. So they can't hit the Bloodseeker because he's too fast. So what do? They start hitting a Wraith King that has ulti. Like, how awful does that feel? They basically knew they were committing to their deaths to burn an ultimate on a Wraith King. And by the way, oh, actually, he didn't have the level 2 yet. He just hit 12 and a bit, so it wasn't the worst because they at least got the level 1 cooldown out of him.
I mean,
so a Pyrrhic victory right there.
Is it? I guess that's it's stretching the definition for me at least.
We'll take
I can understand, yeah.
Alright, your Invoker's going Midas. That's probably not the best. It is 2018.
Oh no. LTW.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Tier 2 tower falls.
Are scanning.
How do you close out this game with your team spirit? Because I'm sure that they don't want something similar to what happened last game to occur.
It can't happen like last game. There's no Nature's Prod. There's no rat potential. There's no Pugna.
Well,
man, they got him when the ulti was still down. How much is it going to cost them this time?
Moving in. Already take down one. It looks like that could be the extent of it, depending upon how ESPADA move. The
Centaur just comes down the stairs.
Oh no. And Reaper Sight, they find one, but there's the Echo Slam to follow it. They get the fissure that's blocking off this Necrophone as well. They got him caught. The Eul Scepter lift up. Game is oh so hard, and a triple kill for 9 is going to secure it.
The alley-oop.
8,000 worth.
Blinding Light into the totem after, over the Fissure. Beautiful stuff coming out from Team Spirit. They look very in sync, I have to say. Like, the way they play with this Caudal, again, like moving around as a team. There's a couple times now he's had these little combo plays where he's like bouncing people back over Fissures with the Blinding Light. F&G makes this hero look very good. Alright, can we get a combo kill here?
Don't even go for the Vendetta hit. He's going to go for that EMP, but the BKB, that's an item. Immersion, not quite able to make it work for himself. And they're chasing forward for more. Gets the Eul lift up. Oh no, ILTW gets invis. Okay, he didn't get caught by the stun, but the Sentry and the Mana Leak, he's caught now and going to be killed off.
F and God, this guy is absolutely destroying today. 4-2 and 16, shows up at the right time. And he couldn't even go for the Vendetta damage because not only is there a Blade Mail, which is one problem in itself, there's also a BKB. So you have 0 hope if you go for the Vendetta damage, and no hope if you go for the stun straight away. So I'm not sure what the hope was. Maybe they thought Clinks was going to magically TP there and do some actual damage, but they are in a stressful situation. They can't quite find the right answer.
Do you like the double Blade Mail for them? I feel like it's kind of cool.
Yeah, all the Blade Mails. The only hope is really the Invoker, and if you can just all run through the meatball and kill him, then that's fine.
Roche falls, and ESPADA, they see him up on the high ground again on this next assassin. They're waiting for the Spike Carapace to wear off. They managed to find the stun on Misha. Still chasing forward for that one. Should be the kill. The Mana Leak means that Immersion is likely to be stunned as well in a second, although he does get out. Still pressure towards tier 2, mid possibly.
Oh jeez, if he had a dusted there, he would have caught him too. Meanwhile, FNG is being found by ILTW and destroyed. That's a really nice grab.
Any detection? Doesn't look like it. Oh, dust! Moving!
Missed though. Will be some tower pressure bottom here. Echo Slam's ready in 3 seconds. And Shaker's gonna go back to base though.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Did they guess correctly?
Under attack.
Getting close to the 25-minute mark for the next round of bounty rooms. And it is still a 9,000 net worth lead. Aegis still in the hands of 9. Up here on the high ground, Nyx in vision of a sentry. Oh god, just outside of range now. They do have him. There's the lift up of the Eul Scepter. Enchant Totem lands, and every time they try and make a move, it just is not working.
You were saying that, and I was like, oh, well, it's not that bad. It's just Nyx scouting, and then I realized that it was Nyx, the Clinks. It would be really convenient if he would just play the Nyx assassin, I feel like, you know, do us all a favor, but... ILTW might be another victim here. Still juking and jiving, but for how long? They still have Rupture if they really want to, but I'm sure they can save that.
Trent, it ain't looking great.
No, it is 32-8.
Take over the siege creep, maybe?
That's it all.
Radiant's top
Take over
tower
the siege
is
creep.
under
That's gonna
attack.
take over the siege creep. He's not doing it. That's fine. He doesn't see it.
I love the cast range for keeping the light, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, as cool as the experience is, the cast range
Dire's
is
bottom
unbelievable
tower
with blinding
is under
light.
attack.
It makes that skill even more ridiculous than it already is.
Cast it from safe distances.
Dire's structures
Then
are
also it affects all
fortified.
the items too, depending upon what you end up
Dire's
picking.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. He did so much work with the Force Staff last game, too. And Blink Echo onto Nyx.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
is
that one
under
hurts.
attack.
That one hurts.
Dire's bottom
Echo
tower
slam
is
down.
under
9.
attack.
Pops the rupture there. There
Dire's
is
bottom
going
tower
to be
is falling.
the attempt at survival.
Radiant's top
They
tower
bring
is
in
under-
the
Radiant's
Bloodseeker.
top tower is falling.
Oh, he blinks!
Oh, Misha, they lift him up. He thought he was getting away. It's not happening.
Is falling.
Trent, stick a fork in them. They're done.
A blink too far, I think.
I don't know.
You were so correct in your assumption that the next game would be a painful destruction of the team that lost.
This just
Because they are broken.
It feels like this always happens when you have these like crazy, epic, huge games. Whatever team loses just completely falls apart in the next one. And some of it's like obviously the draft, but I think there were a couple of like also just outplays happening early on, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think that Venge pick is pretty telling. Like, it like never makes sense to actually pick that hero there.
Yeah.
That they really weren't quite sure what they wanted, and then to just fall back on the same hero in the Invoker and then give it to a different player does not bode well.
Then swapped in, wanted to try and find one kill onto FNG. The Sunstrike not gonna be there.
Oh, that timing.
And they have the heals that's coming in the other direction.
Radiant's
Blinks is
middle
dead.
tower
Nyx
under
is
attack.
dead. Venge is dead. The tower is about to be dead. Nyx is gonna buy back. They have a Radiance now done. Skitter, and not to mention
Radiant's middle tower
heck
is
of a
under
lot
attack.
of just AoE damage if anybody steps too far forward.
Echo in 20.
There's a nice impale. No BKB in hand, waiting, jumps forward. Just gonna try and run in and get the heal coming in from killing off the creeps. Is 9 gonna lose
You
his
needed to
Aegis.
burn that Aegis. There's only 15 seconds left on it.
Nice play there.
They're gonna try a swap. Bold, to say the least.
Dubious.
But I'm sure this is just the end of it.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah, they're not messing around. They have had enough. Enough of the shenanigans coming from ESPADA.
Radiant's middle barracks has
Oh,
fallen.
phase 4?
Yo, Biver wants it.
He's ready to go, man. He's got that
Like if
echo.
these two ever stand next to each other.
I'm going to jump in and echo the crap out of him. All right, Lena Barracks down 8 to 40, 18,000 net worth lead.
Dire are scanning.
They actually saw the Invoker going up here, by the way, because of this Observer ward, and they scanned him, caught him at the end. So they know that he's here around this wave. They have a dust on. Oh my god, they got him.
Goodbye. It has been a pleasure.
Disgusting. Fabulous award. Excellently done. And bottom lane, though, the Blade Mill is out for Skyder.
Oh no,
And
Nyx, don't
Nyx,
do it to
careful.
him.
Alright.
Immersion's
And
coming to
Zech-
clean up.
Meow.
Okay.
Can't quite find him.
They're going to wait for the bigger play instead, possibly, trying to go into 9, that he's going to be recalled.
I mean, Wraith King's still at ulti, so what's the point?
Oh, man. They're all
Radiant's
here.
top tower
They
is
have
under attack.
TPs. Nyx doesn't have a TP. Clinks does. Necro does. But they won't have their Nyx for this fight. I don't even know if it's really a fight. $8 to 41.
Hasajo's just tanking tower, and now he's gonna get a catapult too if he wants it.
There it is.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
I can feel pretty confident where he's at right now. Roche
Radiant's
possible
top
to
tower
respawn
is
in
falling.
about 50 seconds. They are going to finish off
has fallen.
the next round of shrines. Every time they move into the base here, ESPADA just feel that constriction over their area of play that much more. Invis Earthshaker ready to jump with an Echo Slam in 25 seconds.
And Aghanims.
Okay.
Even for jumping. I'm not sure where this game completely fell apart. I guess they had a lineup that
Radiant's bottom
was
shrine
very
is
reliant
under
on
attack.
making action happen the second Nick's assassin hit 6 and getting kills with clinks and creating pickoffs, and they just didn't find any. So that seems to be the main issue. And the reason that wasn't easy to do is that Enchantress is a pretty difficult hero to gank, which makes sense. The Caudal kept them playing very well coordinated.
Did you see
Felt like
that?
they were always roaming as 5.
Did you see that 10-second BKB usage?
Oh, is that why they tipped him?
Yeah. He wanted to make sure he could hit this creep wave.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Goodbye, BZZ. It was nice to know you. He's gonna do a little dance. Make a little love. Get dead tonight. That was awful. That was awful. I don't deserve anything.
And you're like 26 hours in. I'll forgive you.
Thank you. I
Skyder,
appreciate it. No,
he has no
doesn't
mana
have
left.
50 Look at him. The comeback starts now, ladies and gentlemen. ESPADA
This is it.
Gaming are doing it.
Yep. Ignore the 745 MS Bloodseeker. Don't believe in that. Believe in the other teams.
They got him. Back
How
over
about
here.
the buildings?
Radiant's top barracks
Those
are
seem like a
under
solid
attack.
target.
Nyx has had enough. Alright, one final hurrah. Let's see what they do. God, a Team Spirit is going to back out. Oh, no. We're going to go farm some more.
Well, Roche is up, so
Okay,
very early spawn.
that's pretty good for them. Keep in mind, everybody, that the winner of this does still have to play another game. And I think the loser does as well, to figure out all of the seeding that's going to finish off for today. So, these teams creating problems for each other.
Wouldn't the loser just come last?
Yes, you're right.
So, loser's just done. Maybe ESPADA are just tired.
ESPADA are like,
You
we
know,
just want to finish
don't
off.
get eliminated, it's fine.
That go. It looks good for a moment, but only a moment. And that is Aegis onto the Bloodseeker. Immersion. He's getting dunked on. Fiverr jumps in, finds the kill. It is 9-46. I don't think I've seen a
There
team.
it is.
Okay, God, thank goodness. I haven't seen a team get beat that badly in a while.
They held out for a very long time when that game seemed completely over.
Yeah.
I will say. But, yeah. Team Spirit, well-deserved victory. Game 1 was a great showing by both teams overall. But Game 2, they really put the pedal to the metal and just obliterated them, as the kids say. Onage.
Oh, gosh, exactly. Is he a kid? I don't think so. So I